Hey there, Hello Table Heroes. It's Mad Dad coming at you once again. And we're on a new series today. We're trying this out. Obviously, as it is inferred, it's called The Climb. This is basically going to be about the arena climb that me and Curiel experience on the daily. We're both adopters to the Emperor Palpatine-led teams. And so now we're just going to go ahead and give some commentary about our climbs each and every single day as we progress through this game together. Starting out here, I started out my climb at rank 24, and this is a push into rank 18. I'm going up against a non-traditional Nightmare team here. It's missing the Scion, which is important to note because we're going to talk a little bit about Scion today. My Vader is the fastest Vader currently on the Shard at 235. Now, I don't have a really super late game Shard. I've only been playing for about 8 months now. So with that in mind, that's why you're seeing like maybe some odd choices if you're coming from, you know, a player that has 2+ years in the game, because we still have some CLS lead teams that are in the top 50. We have a lot of Ray J teams or JTR or whatever you want to call them, Tide teams, my two dads. That has a real identity issue. But so yeah, here we are. My Vader went first. Dropped the dots, and I pretty much just controlled this game. There's really not a lot of commentary that I can add on this game. I'm making yeah, I'm just making normal choices here. This isn't anything too exciting, so I'm just going to kind of sit here and let this wind down on this one fight. Usually that 24 to 18 is a pretty irrelevant fight, and not to cut down the person that I was going up against. They just didn't have the mods that I have, and they didn't have the team that I had. Obviously, Scion works a bit better than Sith Trooper by himself. Not to diminish Sith Trooper, because I think the Nightmare team is fantastic. Both Curiel and I, like I said, are on that Empire train. We've been on that Empire train for quite a minute now, and we've been having great results. Also, I'm in a squad arena Discord channel, so I'm able to actually converse with these guys, and we share a payout. There's 4 of us in the Pacific Standard Time that share that payout time. So with that in mind, we coordinate between 1 through 4, and it just rotates. You know, day 1 I'll be number 1, day 2 I'll be number 2, day 3 I'll be number 3, day 4 I'll be number 4. But the other thing that is a consideration in here is the fact that today was supposed to be my day for number 3, but one of the guys had already climbed up to 3, and it would have cost me another 50 crystals to climb up to 3. So I just said, dude, you know what? You keep 3. I'll move on to 4. So, okay, that battle's done. I went from 24 to 18. So now we go ahead and we didn't have to refresh too many times. We were just able to get from 18 to 13, which is the max jump. Again, this is kind of going back to the fact that we see some odd teams. This guy's still running CLS in a heavy Palpatine meta, which is ill-advised to say the least. You can get away with it, but you have to have Rex as your leader and cut R2 from your team. So again, he can't counter my Vader's dots. I'm forced into using the Saber Throw or Culling Blade on GK. The stun is great in this case. I was able to hit 4. I have killer potency on my EP. I think for a second, is it good to go ahead and clear the buffs there with Scion, and I ultimately chose not to. I just wanted to throw a basic. The reason why is because I was prepping just in case my Nihilist didn't get the cooldowns on their R2 that I could clear off the smoke screen. So that's why I opted to just do a basic there. A lot of people make the mistake I see of using his Scion special, not just the AoE, but the other special without them having pain, which negates all the bonus damage that ability does. So if they don't have pain, and I'm trying to save the AoE to clear off buffs, then I will go ahead and just do a basic, and that's perfectly fine. So apparently I just wanted to ignore my own advice there, and I used Scion's AoE for no good reason. There's no excuse for that. That's just sloppy play on my behalf. I couldn't possibly lock down R2 unless I got an ability block on my Vader before his R2 went. But that's risky. Why risk anything? I'm all about calculations and playing it correctly. And that, I don't think that could have cost me the game at this point, but it sure as hell didn't help things. So again, it doesn't matter how long you've been playing the game. If you're brand new or you're a seasoned veteran, you can still make mistakes, and it could cost you a match. So spend that extra 2 seconds of thought. But here we are, and this just is ushering this in. Nihilus pulls his Annihilate out on R2. We have Raid Han is out of the picture already. Obviously, we smashed him really quick. GK is super low, so I can pretty much just auto this at this point. I'm not in any jeopardy. So again, CLS not the best opponent to be facing up against an Emperor Palpatine lead. With the exception of that Rex. I want to go back to that real quick. I think that's a super exciting team, is dropping the R2, moving CLS out of the leader position, and putting Rex in that leader position. I personally haven't had my Rex in a state to where I can feel comfortable putting him in my arena, but I think that for the people that can, it's a really good option for your CLSs, and now apparently CG is bringing them back again. So yeah, could be a lot of really cool stuff that's going to end up coming from that. So I moved from 18 to 13 here, and so I wanted to include this next clip here. It's a showcasing of me making several mistakes. A lot of YouTube content creators will edit out their mistakes, and I'm using it as a learning tool. In this case, you saw me go from 13 to 9 instead of 13 to 8, which is the maximum jump. So that was the first error right there. Then we start looking into this gameplay. So we get into the game, and the first thing that I do is my AoE. Okay, why was this a mistake, you might be asking yourself? Because it just gave Nihilus a full turn meter bar because the synergy between Nihilus and Scion. So now I'm in a position to where I should have done just a basic there. I'm still trying to be super analytical about what's the right course of action there. If you lead with a basic, or if you're still supposed to do the AoE and then use Vader's basic on Nihilus. So that's probably what I should have done, is just done the AoE followed by Vader's basic and hope that it would secure their Nihilus down. Now we're talking about RNG on top of a bad decision. I don't like those being factors in this game. I never want RNG to dictate whether or not I win. I want it to be because I played it flawlessly, or what have you. I don't ever want it to be up to a random number generator. So I try and dig myself back into this game here. I just shut down their Palpatine, and because his AoE stun was coming up pretty soon, so again, just trying to claw my way back into this game. But spoiler alert, I don't win this one. I cut this film a little bit short on this fight because unfortunately right in the middle of it, Curiel started texting me, and you guys don't want to see what Curiel texts me. There's a lot of D-picks involved. But all jokes aside, yeah, there were several mistakes that I made with this one, and so I'm looking for redemption in the next fight, and let's just go ahead and start taking a look at that right now. Okay, so we got it right this time. We were able to go up against 8, which is another mirror match team. Again, I still have the fastest Vader, and this particular individual that I was going up against had a little bit of a variance here. Obviously, he was running Shore Trooper and Stormtrooper. I got to assume it's because he hasn't been able to gear up a Scion or a Sith Trooper yet. So I know it's a little bit awkward and really doesn't showcase the power of my team because this is a less than optimal team. So I'm just going to go ahead and not really provide a lot of commentary on to this game. What I am going to do though is start talking about some things that I wanted to discuss about this video series and going forward with it. I want to know if you guys like it. if it's something that you want to see on a daily or bi-daily basis on the channel. So if you wouldn't mind leaving a comment down below and letting us know if you like the idea of it. I promise, and not in every single video, I will be playing Miley Cyrus in the background. So that's probably worse than getting rickrolled ever. But it is what it is. And you guys have endured it thus far. So I hope that you continue to watch. But like I said, just not a lot of commentary. This is just a real pushover. And again, no offense at him. He's just working with what he's got, and I completely understand him. Understand being in that position. And he was at number 8, so he's obviously not doing too bad, but it's just a less than optimal team. Yeah. So why haven't I hit auto yet? I don't know the answer to that. Again, probably just one of those things where I'm just not. I'm trying to showcase. Oh, there I go. I hit auto. Good job. Mad Dad's got a brain. He can make this stuff go faster. So yeah, anyway, that was victory from position, what was the position here? It was from 13 to 8, that's right. Okay, and again, that was from my previous mistake. So now we go in, and I'm trying to refresh to get higher than 5, because I'm trying to go for 4, and we get to go up against a JTR team, the Tide team. This doesn't have the OB, or the Old Ben, sorry. So I think the Old Ben one, My Two Dads, is probably a little bit harder to go up against with EP, but this still kind of showcases the raw power of my arena team and how easy this fight really is. It's just a complete blowout in my opinion. Again, so what you're seeing me think about there was, did I want to AoE? No, I want to save that for smokescreen in case Nihilus's Drain Force didn't hit R2. It did end up hitting R2, but I don't, again, like to leave things up to random chance. I did have a second chance at redemption there with EP landing his AoE stun. So, alright, we're doing this, and I decide that it's time to work down a character, and my first target is going to be R2. One, I don't like to deal with his smokescreen because then I have to save Sion's AoE. I just use it there because I think I can kill R2 before he can use it. I'm going to use Thrawn's Fracture there to shut down their JTR. And it was probably a mistake using Sion's AoE, but thankfully Nihilus picked up the slack and he had his Drain Force on cooldown, so I was able to stop R2. GK had his taunt up there, so what you saw me do is not use Nihilus's Annihilate because I didn't want to kill off a GK that was already wounded. I'm choosing not to kill R2 because R2 already has the dot on him and he's about to take his turn before any of his other players can take their turn, or any of his characters can take their turn. So he's going to die to dots, so there's no point in attacking him there. That's why I left him up. I'm focusing down Thrawn because Fracture could play a nasty role in this situation. Oh, and there's that Annihilate. Normally I go after JTR with the Annihilate, but because I've been working JTR down so much, I just ultimately go for BB-8 and just auto the rest of this battle. So again, if you're enjoying this series, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and let us know. Do you like this? Alright, well, we'll see you guys in game.
The power of the dark side.